Yo, what's up, guys? I am Jake, and these are Rebel Meditations. Welcome back. Glad you're here. We are at the crib today, which is something a little bit new, something that I'm not too fond of doing because, as you can probably tell, it's really fucking echoey in here. The lighting's bad, but listen, all that Hollywood bullshit doesn't mean a fucking thing. Alright? It's the message that fucking counts, and today's message is super important, bro. It's deal with your fucking issues. Okay? If you have anxiety, or if you're stressed out all the time, or if you have low self-confidence, or low self-esteem, or even like PTSD, like real shit, okay? This is real fucking shit. It's because you have not dealt with your issues. Now listen, I used to be the absolute worst at this, okay? World leader in not dealing with my fucking issues, okay? I was number one. I got a gold medal for not dealing with my issues. Back in the day when I was a kid, like between the ages of 17 and 25, I was terrible at dealing with my issues. Even when I was younger, I never knew how to fucking deal with my emotional, mental, spiritual issues at all. My parents, and God bless them, I love them. I love you, mom and dad, and my stepdad. But they didn't know how to fucking deal with their issues, okay? They were very emotionally unstable, dealing with alcoholism, drug addiction, shit like that. So I was raised through that. And it did not teach me self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem, because I saw none of it in them. They had none of it. No confidence, no self-esteem. They just fucking trucked through cocaine and booze, right? And again, listen, they put food in my mouth, all right? They raised me, they put clothes on my back and food in my mouth. I'm not trying to diss my parents here at all, okay? I love them to death. They have their issues because of their issue, you know what I mean? It goes back, it's a lineage type thing, all right? And that's okay, and they're dealing with it now, and it's fucking awesome, all right? But because of that, I was not able to deal with my issues when I was a kid. And listen, man, I had plenty of low self-esteem. I was bullied really bad in school, so the lack of confidence really didn't help me with dealing with bullies and, you know, shit like that. Teasing, even like, you know, schoolyard shit. Like, we all deal with this shit. Like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, woe is me. But like, I couldn't deal with it, right? I just fucking couldn't deal with it. And then as I got older, you know, self-confidence issues and like trying to find myself, who the fuck is this, right? Like, who is this guy? Who's this guy? Like, trying to find that out was a real tough challenge for me. By the time I was 17, I had so many issues built up because when you don't deal with them, they keep growing and multiplying and like increasing in power over you, right? All these mental and emotional issues, they fucking sink their teeth into you when you don't deal with them. So when I was 17, they were so big and like so like sunk in that I turned to some drugs, you know, a la my parents. And again, love you guys to death, but you know, apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So I turned to drugs. I started doing cocaine when I was 17. You know, started doing like pills and shit when I was like 18, 19. And by the time I was 21, I was doing heroin. You know, I went to prison, shit like that. Still couldn't, you know, started to get my shit together, still couldn't get my shit together. But long story short is I didn't deal with my fucking issues. Now listen, I've dealt with quite a few of them now, and really there's just issues popping up all over the place. That's fucking life, all right? That's life. There's always going to be issues. There's always going to be situations in need of solutions. Always. 100% forever to the end of time. But, you know, now I've worked to fucking deal with them. Here's the thing, man. When you don't deal with your issues, that's what happens. That's what happens, is they sink their teeth in and they fucking grow. They grow on you. It's like carrying a backpack, and every time you don't deal with your issues, it's like putting another brick in it, and another brick, and another brick, and another brick. Every day, another brick that you don't deal with your issues. It weighs you down. It makes you stuck. Eventually that backpack gets so fucking heavy you can't even fucking move. You're stuck in the mud. You can't grow. You can't fucking like, you have no power over yourself anymore. This backpack full of issues has all the power over you. And what do? Right? What do you do instead of dealing with your issues? That's the first thing that you have to look at. Most people turn to their phone, right? This is my OG ass, busted ass phone. I don't use it anymore. But this guy, right? They turn to this guy, start scrolling, right? Escape the issues and start scrolling. A lot of people turn to drugs, alcohol, food, cigarettes, anything, right? Anything to shirk the responsibility of dealing with their issues. Now listen, I'm not trying to demonize, like, dude, I go out and have a drink, even though I used to be a drug addict, right? I still go out and have a drink, it's all good, I can control it, it's all good. I still go on my phone, right? I fucking eat food, like I eat fucking, like sweets and shit every once in a while, no big deal. But do you do it compulsively? Like, how much time are you spending on this? How drunk do you get when you go out and get drunk? How much food do you eat when you eat, right? That's what you have to look at. That's a good indicator of, I'm doing this because I don't want to deal with some shit, as opposed to I'm doing this to enjoy it, right? Are you doing these like fun things to enjoy them or to escape some shit? If you're doing too much, you're probably escaping some shit. You're probably trying to escape some shit. I'm not saying, like, dude, like I said, I go on Facebook, I chat with my friends, it's all good, right? I'm not trying to demonize this. Like, so many people try to demonize the phone, like, oh, just throw your phone away, blah, blah, blah. You don't need a fucking phone, we're humans, we're supposed to... No, this is the fucking day that we live in. This is fucking real, like, this happened, so, like, you might as well use it and enjoy it like you're supposed to, right? But here's my advice, right? So you see that signpost, like, oh, I'm doing some fucked up shit, I'm not feeling good about myself, and I'm eating a lot, and I'm fucking drinking a lot, and I'm fucking, like, on my phone for, like, 6 hours a day. Like, for real, audit yourself about that shit. Like, how much time do you spend on that motherfucker? But when you realize that that's what's happening, I would advise you to, like, cut all that shit off, to a degree. Like, don't eat so much and stop drinking and shit, and, like, put your phone down for, like, 99% of your day and face your issues. Now, that's where meditation can come in and has such a great, like, beneficial effect on this issue that I'm talking about, the issue of dealing with your issues, right? If you meditate and you start meditating as a practice, and start doing it on a pretty regular basis, what's going to happen is your mind is going to quiet, right? It's going to shut up, right? Because the one thing is, one of the issues, I think I'm using the word issues too much, but anyways, one thing that happens is you have too much shit going on up here where you can't even look at your issues because there's so much shit in the way, right? You have all these thoughts and, like, all these voices in your head, and, like, does he or she like me? Like, did I do, when I said that, did they take it the wrong way? And, like, all this and that, and, like, did I do a good job at work today? And, you know what I mean? Like, did I eat right today or whatever? Like, all these judgments and shit in your head, when you can quiet that down, you can finally look at the real issues, right? The real issues. And not this, like, blown out of proportion version of your issues that tends to happen when your mind is racing, right? When your mind is racing, you blow shit up. Or when you're, like, escaping it, you're trying to, like, the other way, right? You're trying to make it smaller than it really is. Look at it for real. The real issue. Your confidence, your self-esteem, your anxiety, your PTSD, whatever it is, look at it dead in the face. That's what you have to do, my friend. You have to look at your issue dead in the face and deal with it. Do whatever you have to do. Take some fucking action, right? If you can change it, change it. If you can't, if it's something so huge that you can't change it, like the fucking presidential election or some shit, accept it fully. There's only two choices in life. Either you change it or you accept it fully. Anything else is madness. Anything else is complete madness. Okay? So Stop doing all this crazy, spending hours on this and going and getting blackout drunk and eating a bunch of food or doing drugs or, anything else that you do to escape, anything that you do compulsively to escape your life. Quiet your mind, meditate. If you have any questions about meditation, shoot them in the comment section. I will gladly make a whole video about meditation for you if you want it. Meditate. Quiet your mind. Look at your issues for what they are. Not this. What they really are realistically. Get super realistic about it. And take some action and deal with it. On the other side of that is so much fucking happiness. That's where you gain self-confidence. That's where you gain self-worth. Right? You've already done this in places that you feel confident about yourself. But in other places where you don't feel confident, you've just let it slide. And that, again, my friend, is where it gets its power. You're resisting it. Whatever you resist persists. Accept it. Into your mind, accept it. Accept all that shit. Deal with it. See the other side, and it's so fucking beautiful. I'll leave you on that, brother. Have a badass day. Peace.